Howdy folks, and welcome back to Pool School. Alrighty, today's episode is very important if you own a sand filter, or if you are looking to get a new filter for your pool, or you're building a pool and you want to look into a different kind of filter, or if you have a DE filter and are concerned about the health and safety risks of a DE filter. Because in this episode, I'm going to show you a sand substitute made out of crushed glass that will help your sand filter as good, if not better, than a DE filter, which is has the best ratings in the business without the health and safety hazards. You're going to want to watch this one. Oh, and by the way, it's guaranteed for the life of the filter. So what do you say we dive right in? Okay, before we get started, I want to thank you once again for watching this video. Remind you to like it if you do, subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already, and please share my channel with everyone you know who owns a pool. Also, do not forget to check out my website, poolschooler.com. It'll come across the screen right here, poolschooler.com. It's full of more exclusive, members-only content that will allow you to save even more money servicing your pool yourself. Okay, so as I said before, this video is actually very interesting because up until a couple years ago, I have not liked sand filters, and most people haven't, just because they're very inefficient. They typically filter between 18 to 25 microns, which is the largest particle size of any filter, where on the other side of the spectrum, the DE filter is between 3 to 5 microns. But up until about 2 years ago, I didn't like sand filters. And now with this new product that I've discovered and come across, I'm a firm believer in using this product in a sand filter to make it work as efficiently, if not better, 1 to 3 microns, as some ratings say on this product, for filtration without the health and safety risks of a DE filter. If you haven't seen my video on DE filters and why you shouldn't have one, please watch that video. I'm going to put a link to that video below in the description of this video. So please watch it and you'll see why I'm not a fan and never have been a fan of DE filters. But this product is something else. So let me introduce you to it right now. This is Dr. Dryden's Activate Glass Filter Media Substitute, and it is fantastic. It is meant to replace sand in a sand filter, and what it does is it allows your sand filter to filter with the efficiency of a DE filter. It comes in 2 grades. There is the coarse grade 2 and the fine grade 1. The grade 2 coarse goes into the filter first on the bottom of it, and then the grade 1, the fine, goes on top, and that's how it's set up. And there's instructions in the packaging and on the website to help you along. It's really easy to know how much of each of the grades to use, the coarse or the fine, just based on how much pounds of sand your filter needs, and then it'll tell you, like on this diagram, and that's on the website and on the bag, so you don't really have to worry about that too much. So that's what the product looks like, but let's go to one of my houses that we just recently installed a new sand filter with the Activate glass filter media in it, and see how it's looking. Alrighty, I'm at one of my clients' pools. They used to have a DE filter. This couple used to have a DE filter, and they were always having trouble with it. I'll explain that in a moment when we go look at the pool. But 4 weeks ago, we put in a sand filter, the Dryden 2 by Pentair, one of my favorite sand filters. It's a very high capacity sand filter. It works great. And we put the Activate glass sand substitute in this filter. And it's been working like a charm. And again, if you do the Activate, do follow the instructions. It tells you there's 2 grades of coarseness. There is the coarse, which goes in first on the bottom of the filter, and then the second one, which is finer, or the fine one, goes on top. Make sure you get it in that right order. Follow the instructions on the package. But also, if you go to their website, and I'll put a link to their website in the description below this video, you can see that they have, based on the size of your filter and what its capacity is, it will tell you exactly how much of the coarse you need to put in first, and then how much of the fine you need. And know this, that it runs about 3 times the regular cost of sand. But given that in the life of a sand filter, you're probably changing your sand out 3 to 4 times at about $300 a piece. And by the time you do that, you're looking at what? $900 to $1,200. That easily is more expensive than just getting the Activate and putting it in. But make sure your installer knows what they're doing and they install it correctly according to the instructions on not only the packaging, but also on the website. One other thing to keep in mind is that when this product is made and in its shipping, some of the finer stuff gets, just through just wear and tear and just the dropping the packaging and stuff like that. Some of those fine glass granules become even finer. And when you backwash, you will find that there'll be some of that very, very finer stuff coming out in your backwash hose. We had the same situation with this one, but none of it goes into the pool, which is important to know. None of that goes into the pool. And when you backwash it, it just clears it out. It clears out that little really, really fine stuff, and then you're left with the product functioning properly. So I hope that makes sense. Now let's go take a look at the pool and see what it looks like. And like I said, this was about 4 weeks ago we did this. Okay, here is the pool, and this is a really pretty pool. But one thing you can notice, this pool is super, super clean. One of the things about this pool, they used to have a DE filter, and like I said, they decided to just bite the bullet and replace it finally with the sand filter and using the Activate glass product. One of the things that they had a problem with is whoever built this pool and plumbed it, they plumbed it in such a way that the skimmer suction was split somewhere underground between the suction for the pop-up pump, which doesn't have a filter on it, and the filter pump, which obviously does have a filter, and that's where the DE was supposed to go. Every time we backwashed it and recharged it, we make sure we shut the pop-up pump off in order to prevent it from sucking the DE as well and blowing it back in the pool. And we just used the suction from the filter pump. But what happened was some of that DE underground made its way into the pipe for the pop-up pump, and there's no way to stop that from happening. So when we did turn the pop-up pump back on after we got the DE into the filter, there was always some that would blow back into the pool. So they always had this little fine amount of powder and DE in the bottom of the pool. And DE can be a wonderful breeding ground for algae as well. And thankfully, if you notice all the vegetation around this pool, so we would find little pockets of algae in that DE, those little pockets of DE that were in the pool. So they decided once and for all to get rid of that DE filter, and they no longer have the problem with it anymore, because again, you don't have to recharge this filter now anymore with the glass filter media in it, and you backwash it about as often as a DE filter, about once every 4 weeks in the peak season and once every maybe 6 to 8 weeks in the off season. And I found that to be very true among the other clients that I have that have the Activate in there. I have 2 other clients that have it in there. You notice the pool is crystal clear. No visible difference in the clarity of this pool between DE and the glass filter with the sand filter with the glass media in it. And again, like I said, once you put it in, you never have to change the filter media. The glass media is guaranteed for the life of the filter. And it just works like a charm. And I'm a big fan. Again, this filter media has changed my view on sand filters to where there's no need ever to have a DE filter again, because you get all the benefits and the filtration qualities of a DE filter without any of the health hazards, safety hazards, or hassles of a DE filter. So it's kind of a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. But I just wanted to show you how clear this pool is. So there it is, folks. That is my video on how to get your sand filter to filter as good as a DE filter without all the health and safety risks associated with the DE filter. I hope it made sense. Remember, just one more disclaimer I want to put in. I make no monetary kickback or money from the sale of the Dr. Dryden's Activate glass filter media substitute. I just think the product's good, and when I find a product that's good, I want to endorse it. So again, it made me a believer in sand filters again. So there's really no reason to ever have a DE filter. Anyway, I hope this video made sense. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave them in the comments section below this video, or as always, you can email me directly, and my email address is going to come across the bottom of the screen. It is kennypoolschool@gmail.com. Once again, kennypoolschool@gmail.com. I will put a link to my Pool Tiger review in this video, in the description below this video, as well as a link to the Dr. Dryden's Activate product, so you can check it out as well. Again, I want to thank you for watching. Remind you to like, subscribe, and share. Don't forget to check out my membership website, poolschooler.com. And until we meet again, remember to have fun, be safe, and always watch those kids and elderly folk and pets around water. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.